Genghis Khan and his descendants left an extraordinary mark on human history. During his reign, his campaigns were so devastating that they are believed to have caused the deaths of nearly 10% of the world's population at the time. The scale of the destruction was so immense that it even left a noticeable impact on Earth's carbon footprint. Now, brace yourself for a revelation that could potentially rewrite our understanding of history. Scientists believe they may have finally discovered the long-lost tomb of the fabled Genghis Khan. Yet, despite initial optimism, the site has been confirmed to be from the Bronze Age, making it over 3,000 years old, far too ancient to belong to Genghis Khan. This ancient burial, long hidden from the world, has sparked the curiosity of many, including Joe Rogan, host of the Joe Rogan Experience, who recently spoke about the remarkable discovery and the haunting relics buried within. But questions linger. Where exactly was it found, and what astonishing artifacts were entombed within? Let's delve into how researchers finally unraveled a mystery that remained sealed for millennia. Genghis Khan, the formidable Mongol leader, built the largest contiguous empire the world has ever seen. Born in the 12th century in a harsh and unforgiving land, he survived by relying on his strength, intelligence, and resilience. Through courage and tactical brilliance, he managed to unite the fragmented Mongol tribes under his leadership, and, by 1206 CE, he had established himself as the supreme ruler of what would become the mighty Mongol Empire. His rise wasn't solely built on military conquest. Genghis Khan was also a reformer. He implemented strict laws to maintain discipline and stability among his people, including banning the abduction of women and ensuring that no Mongol could be enslaved. He enforced severe penalties for theft, including execution for livestock. Stealing. Beyond legal reforms, he introduced a written script for the Mongols, a leap forward for administration and record-keeping. Rejecting the idea of inherited nobility, he promoted individuals based on talent and merit, not family status. This approach fortified his authority and created a more loyal and capable governing class. Under his rule, the Mongol Empire expanded at an incredible pace, stretching from the Caspian Sea in the west to the Sea of China in the east, spanning 11 to 12 million square miles, an area nearly the size of the African continent. His battlefield success was not coincidental. His military was known for its swift cavalry and highly skilled archers. Using clever and highly adaptive tactics, his forces repeatedly overwhelmed larger armies. In 1219, at the Battle of Yand, he decisively defeated the Khwarezmian Empire. His forces later conquered Nishapur and the Khwarezmian capital, Samarkand. In 1223, the Battle of the Kalka River saw his troops, though outnumbered, outmaneuver and crush the Kievan Rus with strategic precision. These victories spread dread across Eurasia, cementing his image as an unstoppable conqueror. Yet Genghis Khan was not just a brutal warrior, he was also a visionary leader. One of his most progressive policies was his stance on religion. At a time when most rulers enforced state religions, he allowed religious freedom, helping maintain harmony across his diverse empire. The Mongol Empire became a cultural melting pot where scholars, artisans, and engineers from various regions collaborated to advance society. He welcomed knowledge and expertise from all corners, employing Islamic scholars and advisors to boost trade, governance, and infrastructure. He also established a highly efficient communication network called the YAM, an early version of the postal system. It enabled rapid transmission of information across the vast empire, an impressive feat given the size and diversity of the territory. Despite his achievements, the details of Genghis Khan's death remain murky. In the winter of 1226 to 1227, he fell from his horse while hunting, an accident that led to a serious illness. Against the counsel of his generals, he continued his military campaign against the Western Shia, eventually dying in August 1227. His death was kept a secret, and shortly afterward, the Shia capital was captured and devastated. His body was returned to Mongolia and buried near Burkhan Khaldun, a sacred mountain he had selected years earlier. To maintain secrecy, the location of his grave was closely guarded. Those who knew of it were reportedly killed. The area around Burkhan Khaldun was declared sacred and closed to outsiders, protected by a special group known as the Urikan. His son, Ogadei, honored the burial with a 3-day ceremony that included the sacrifice of 30 maidens. For centuries, the mystery of Genghis Khan's tomb has fascinated historians, archaeologists, and public figures alike, including Joe Rogan, who believes that finding the tomb could reshape global history. Over the years, numerous legends have emerged about how the tomb was concealed. Some say rivers were diverted to flow over it, while others claim wild horses were made to trample the site to erase any trace. Researchers have long studied ancient texts, old maps, and even satellite data in their quest to locate the tomb. Many believe Burkhan Khaldun in northeastern Mongolia remains the most likely location, given its historical and spiritual significance. Yet the search is about more than just finding artifacts. It is deeply intertwined with Mongolian culture. Many Mongolians view disturbing Genghis Khan's grave as a serious desecration, making the search both ethically and politically sensitive. Despite numerous expeditions, the tomb has not been found, only adding to its legend. The pursuit highlights humanity's drive to explore the past and solve ancient enigmas. With recent advances in satellite imaging and archaeological methods, there is renewed hope that the secret may finally be revealed. However, the effort remains contentious. Some see it as a monumental historical undertaking, while others view it as a violation of sacred ground. No matter the result, the legend of Genghis Khan's hidden tomb continues to captivate the world. His choice to keep the location secret has given rise to countless theories and expeditions, each one adding new intrigue to an already mysterious tale. Whether the tomb is ever discovered or not, the journey to find it embodies the enduring human fascination with adventure, mystery, and the buried truths of our past. In a recent expedition, a group of researchers worked covertly to avoid detection, while attempting to unearth what many believe could be the true resting place of the legendary conqueror. What initially began as a study of ancient climate data evolved into a high-stakes pursuit of history, nature, and secrecy. Unknown to most of the team, one member had a more personal mission: to find Genghis Khan's tomb. Their path was littered with obstacles, logistical, cultural, scientific, and even mystical. The first major hurdle was the remote location itself. Far from modern infrastructure, the rugged terrain was difficult to access and unforgiving in its conditions. Unpredictable weather, such as sudden storms and fierce winds, complicated efforts to transport tools and maintain the site. The isolation also made it nearly impossible to replace broken equipment or bring in extra help, slowing progress and increasing pressure. The team relied heavily on modern technology, which brought its own complications. Ground-penetrating radar helped map the subsurface terrain, while sophisticated metal detectors located buried artifacts. Drones equipped with high-resolution cameras captured stunning aerial views, and the team created a 3D photogrammetry model of the area. Even so, extreme conditions interfered with this equipment. Rugged topography, distorted radar readings, and high winds often grounded the drones. As the excavation continued, the team realized they were uncovering not a simple grave, but a complex and richly decorated structure. Carvings and symbols etched into the walls suggested a deep cultural heritage. Deciphering these inscriptions proved difficult, as they were written in ancient Mongol scripts, possibly even lost languages. Linguists and historians worked together to interpret the messages, often running into frustrating dead ends. Inside the tomb, the surprises kept coming. Among the treasures found were jewel-encrusted swords, finely forged suits of armor, and ancient scrolls astonishingly well preserved by time. Some of the artifacts featured elements that seemed technologically advanced for their era, raising even more questions about the people buried there and their achievements. Each discovery added a new piece to the puzzle, but also deepened the mystery. What had begun as a scientific endeavor had become something much greater, a journey into the heart of history where legends and facts blurred. Whether or not this tomb truly belongs to Genghis Khan remains uncertain, but the search continues to captivate the imagination of historians and the public alike.